Tonight, less than merry news for some federal public servants.
In order to actually implement them, they need to start informing employees right now that they may be affected by some layoffs.
As departments begin notifying employees who will be impacted by workforce adjustments. Bundling up and making the best of it.
Clear it up and, stay warm. Go in there for a hot chocolate every once in a while.
As we end the week in a deep freeze, bitter temperatures to start the day and more cold on the way after a brief reprieve tomorrow. And a well-loved Christmas tradition in Ottawa.
It is the best way to start the Christmas season. Everyone is in a wonderful mood. It's early, but we're having fun.
The food, the laughs, the community connection, all in support of some wonderful organizations. We share some Christmas cheer with you tonight. Good evening. We begin tonight with hundreds of federal public servants learning they may be affected by upcoming job cuts. Notices being issued as part of the federal government's plan to cut 28,000 public sector jobs through attrition, voluntary retirements, and job cuts over the next 4 years. CTV's Josh Morano joins us now with the latest. Josh.
Yeah, Patricia, this is the start of a long process. The government isn't cutting jobs today, but they are warning employees about potential changes ahead. And for some departments, those first notifications were delivered this week. Several federal departments have now begun notifying staff that they may be impacted by upcoming job reductions as the government takes the next steps in the comprehensive expenditure review.
More than 200 PSAC members have received notices this week that they may lose their job. So this is not great news, especially given around this time of year with the holidays.
These cuts are coming, and they're coming fast. They're going to start at the start of the next fiscal year, which is April. And so in order to actually implement them, they need to start informing employees right now that they may be affected by some layoffs.
The Public Service Alliance of Canada says 219 employees at Natural Resources Canada received notices this week warning they may lose their jobs. In a statement from the department, receiving a letter signals the beginning of a process that takes several months for employees to consider various options available to transition to another job in the public sector, consider early retirement, or pursue employment outside the public sector. In the end, Natural Resources Canada would anticipate that only a small number of those who receive letters would leave involuntarily.
It's going to severely weaken Canada's ability to manage the energy and natural resource responsibly.
The 2025 federal budget said the government will cut another 28,000 federal public service jobs by 2029.
They may well succeed in doing it through retirements alone. There's also a natural churn of people finding jobs in other places. But once you've exhausted those possibilities, then you're going to turn to layoffs as the means to get to the numbers that you're targeting.
PSAC says notices were also issued to 109 members at the Public Service Commission of Canada, 92 members at Crown, Indigenous Relations and Northern Affairs Canada, and 74 members at the Department of Finance. This comes as 68,000 public servants received early retirement notices earlier this week.
Departments that are relatively younger, it's going to be harder for retirements to cover it, and so you're more likely to end up with actual layoffs where people are losing employment in that department, and then they're going to have to hustle to try to find another job in the public sector.
The Treasury Board says the goal is to rely mostly on attrition and voluntary exits, but with more departments reviewing budgets, more public servants are expected to receive notices in the coming months. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Josh Morano live for us tonight. Thank you. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on possible cuts in the federal public service. The CTV News app can be downloaded right now. Just scan that QR code on your screen using your smartphone. Well, Ottawa's economy lost another 6,700 jobs in November. New data from Stats Canada shows Ottawa's unemployment rate dropped from 7.4% in October to 7.3% in November. One of the reasons for the drop in the unemployment rate was fewer people in the labour force across Canada. The economy added 54,000 jobs in November, pushing the rate to its lowest level in 16 months. Well, the winter weather is here. Ottawa is seeing a stretch of unusually cold weather for this time of year, and today some took to the slopes to take advantage. CTV's Kimberly Johnson joins us in studio. Not too cold for some people to be out there, Kimberly.
No, but you will need a good hat, mitt, and a good coat now that that winter cold weather is here. And you saw plenty of that as people hit the slopes on what officials at Camp Fortune say is possibly the coldest first day of the ski season.
I came here as soon as it opened. Like, I set my alarm for 8 o'clock, got all my gear on at 8:10, then got out there.
The cold temperatures isn't stopping Marcus Hines from hitting the slopes.
It's brutal on the face. Like, the lower part of my mouth, I can't feel it anymore. The goggles are definitely a necessity today. I feel like Jack Frost, you know?
The National Capital Region is on a cold run on the first day of ski season. Temperatures dipping below -20 for the first time this season.
We figure this is the coldest opening that we can remember.
Camp Fortune says this cold weather is important for snowmaking.
Obviously, we do have natural snow, but snowmaking is important to get a firm base on all the runs. We've been able to make quite a bit of snow. We are still making snow. In terms of cold weather, getting the season open, we love it.
Environment Canada says after some snowfall this weekend, the colder below seasonal temperatures will return.
The days that were below seasonal, they're significantly colder than normal, but we're not actually going to be near record-breaking temperatures. Monday, for example, when we're at -11, that's a 10-degree departure from normal. But the record is actually quite cold. It's -20, and it was set in 1906.
With 2 runs open, Camp Fortune says hundreds of people took to the slopes on the first day, many coming with a plan.
Just layer it up and, stay warm. Go in there for a hot chocolate every once in a while. Hand warmers.
The preparation was to wait. So we thought about coming in a bit earlier, but then we saw the weather is heating up during the day, so we figured that -11 is probably better than -21.
Mont Cascade and Mont Saint-Sauveur are among those also open as of today, while Edelweiss's website lists it as open tomorrow, and Calabogie says that it should be running by the 15th. Patricia?
It's kind of the type of day where you just want to walk around with the ski goggles on to have that protection on the face, whether you're on the slopes or not. Yeah, good for them. Thanks, Kimberly. Well, those cold temperatures are good for ice making. The National Capital Commission says it's not cold enough yet to go skating on the world's largest skateway. A thin layer of ice has started to form along the Rideau Canal Skateway. The NCC is urging people not to go onto the ice surface this weekend. Officials say the presence of work crews on the canal in the coming days should not be taken as a sign that the ice surface is stable.
Still ahead, it is the beautiful game and a growing game in Canada, but nothing is growing like the excitement about the FIFA World Cup. Canada finds out who they will face as Toronto, Vancouver, and other North American cities get set to host this summer.
Well, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. -11 out there right now as we're thinking about the FIFA World Cup and how much warmer it will be come the summer, but not very warm tonight, certainly, as Jackie knows very well, as we go out to her now to check on the weather forecast. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. The good news is we are hanging out indoors in a Crystal Palace that is in the heart of Perth. It is the Festival of Lights, an annual tradition that brings out hundreds of people. So very shortly, we will be heading outdoors to enjoy a holiday drone show. And the conditions pretty mild compared to what we saw yesterday, where wind chills were about -25 to about -28. Clear conditions, though, for this evening, and mild and pretty decent compared to yesterday's biting temperatures. It's -7 here in Perth right now. In Ottawa, about -10, -2 in Kingston. Flurries are anticipated to be moving through well into the midnight hour. And then tomorrow we are likely to see snow moving through. That's right, we have snow, a bit of a break as well in the deep freeze, but buckle up because by Sunday we will see more of the Arctic cool air. We'll have more from here at the Festival of Lights in Perth in just a bit. But back to you in studio, Patricia.
Well, Ontario's Education Minister announced major funding for 2 new high schools in Ottawa today, but he also delivered a blunt message. Ottawa's Public School Board trustees are not coming back anytime soon. As CTV's Tyler Fleming reports, the comment is sparking backlash from parents.
It has been a frustrating 6 months for parents like Kate Dudley Logue since the province removed the Ottawa Carleton District School Board trustees.
100%. Families are losing their voice.
Community francophone. And on Friday, Education Minister Paul Calandra made it clear there's no return in sight.
The English public trustees have no constitutional or charter guarantees. So I could strike a pen tomorrow and rid myself of all of them in one fell swoop if I wanted to.
Calandra in town on Friday to announce funding for new high schools in Orleans and Barrhaven and an expansion of a West Ottawa elementary school, also hinting the government could take direct control of school boards in the future.
There is nothing so far that leads me to believe that that has changed my mind anyway, that a $43 billion Ministry of Education budget should be delivered by trustees.
You get to really know people.
While the province pushes a centralized system for parent concerns, critics insist the real issue is chronic underfunding and lack of support for students.
Class sizes have grown, special education's been starved, and we have a mental health crisis in our schools that just isn't being addressed. It's being ignored. And so the government just wants to point the finger of blame at somebody else.
We're not talking about those problems. We're talking about how awful our trustees are and how they're not doing the job, but they've been the ones who've been speaking up about the underfunding.
The province has removed trustees at 6 boards. More details around school governance is expected early next year.
My daughter goes to this school,
A situation Dudley Logue calls alarming.
This is our democracy. We vote for these people, and they are there to be accountable to families, students, teachers.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Ottawa police say a driver spotted stumbling out of their vehicle at a gas station is facing impaired driving charges. Officers responded to a call from the public at approximately 10:30 p.m. Tuesday. Someone said they saw a driver stumble. Police say that driver purchased a case of beer, got back into their car, and drove away. Officers located the vehicle and conducted a traffic stop. Police say the driver registered 3 times the legal limit of alcohol. Well, Ottawa Police and the OPP will continue to operate festive ride campaigns this weekend. Officers will be deployed to ensure the roads are safe through the holiday season. A 23-year-old man is facing charges in connection with an investigation into child sexual abuse and exploitation material offenses in Ottawa. Police say officers were alerted in November to a report of a minor being exploited by a man located in the capital on Thursday. The suspect was charged with making, selling, and possessing child sexual abuse and exploitation material, child luring, and extortion. Police say the suspect used several online usernames seen here on the screen. Anyone with information is asked to contact Ottawa Police. Well, Prime Minister Mark Carney met with U.S. President Donald Trump and Mexico's president in Washington today. Carney and Trump shook hands at the Kennedy Center ahead of the 2026 World Cup draw. The Prime Minister's office says the 3 leaders did meet privately after taking part in the draw. The meeting comes as Canada, the U.S., and Mexico prepare for a formal review of the free trade agreement amid rising U.S. tariffs. Legendary architect Frank Gehry has died at the age of 96. Gehry is one of the most famous architects in the world. He transformed contemporary architecture through an innovative use of materials, design, and form. The Toronto-born architect's first building in Canada was the Art Gallery of Ontario. Examples of his work are found all across the globe. One of Ottawa's most beloved Christmas traditions was held this morning. The 74th annual Christmas Cheer Breakfast raised tens of thousands of dollars for charities in need at a time when every dollar counts. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is live with more. Natalie.
Well, Patricia, the heartwarming event supports more than 30 charities in the National Capital Region, a way to give back this holiday season. A holiday carol for the 74th annual Christmas Cheer Breakfast in Ottawa on Friday. The fundraiser bringing together the community for a good cause.
All of the proceeds go to our charities, divided up, and they're all focused on food insecurity to help families in a time of year, especially this time of year with the holidays.
The Ottawa Mission, one of the local organizations that will receive a charitable donation.
It's always a generous donation in the thousands of dollars. And of course, every dollar we receive could be a meal or several meals for somebody who's homeless. It could be somebody who's getting a meal from the food truck program. It could be somebody who's coming in our doors just to pick up a winter coat and then move on.
The sold-out event including businesses and organizations from across the community.
I didn't really give you
CTV Ottawa anchors Patricia Boal and Stefan Keys emceeing.
It's the best way to start the Christmas season. Everyone is in a wonderful mood. It's early, but we're having fun, and it raises money for a great cause.
You're going to be raising the bid.
New this year, a live auction.
Just always a lovely reminder of how blessed we are and privileged we are to be here in this room, to be able to raise money for those who may not be in the same position. So it always warms your heart to see everyone come together for such worthy cause.
As of Friday morning, the Christmas cheer breakfast raising more than $130,000. Organizers say donations for the event will be accepted until December 8th in the evening.
And we're so thankful for everybody to come out. It provides food for those that are less fortunate in our community, and it's just it is very special this time of year where we can get together as a community and help those that are less fortunate.
A way to spread holiday cheer this Christmas season.
An event that's a big boost to so many charities.
And once again, donations can be made until December 8th. Visit ChristmasCheerOttawa.com to donate. Patricia.
And next year, the 75th, bigger, better.
That'll be a big one.
Get signed up for that. All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy live for us tonight. Thank you.
Oh, Canada! Oh, congratulations!
Lots of excitement coming up. We find out just who Canada will face at the FIFA World Cup next summer. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. The drone show here at the Perth Festival Lights has officially started. Take a look. I believe it's a polar bear with a Santa hat. I'm joined by Josie as well as her daughter Rhea. This is your first time checking out this Festival Lights. What do you think?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. We're so lucky the town puts this on for us.
Absolutely. So this will be going on for the next several minutes, and we are enjoying this wonderful, wonderful evening. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Camp. Oh. Here's a look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam where we are showcasing downtown Ottawa, and it is sitting around -11 right now.
'Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed. CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
Access Storage is proud to support Toy Mountain, who provides toys to more than 27,000 children in our community. Drop off a new unwrapped toy at any one of our locations today. Access Storage and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Taking a look at the roads on this Friday evening, a reasonable commute home as people are anxious to get the weekend started. Well, the eyes of the sports world were fixed on Washington today as the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw took place. The first chance to find out who Canada will face during the world's biggest soccer tournament. As CTV's Camille Wilson reports, a local youth soccer team is working on providing some of the next members for the team.
Switzerland.
Qatar.
We are 6 months away from Canada hosting the FIFA World Cup, and excitement is building.
To be honest, I think Canada has the strongest team out of most of them.
For Isaac and his school soccer team, they anxiously waited for the highly anticipated 2026 World Cup draw. Canada will face Switzerland and Qatar first.
I'm pretty sure their biggest obstacle is going to be Jan Sommer in Switzerland, since he has a very good blocking record.
Canada's moving a really strong team right now. I like Jonathan David from Canada. He's a very good player, very good striker.
I think Qatar might be an easy one, but then we might get stuck a bit with Switzerland.
Canada, Mexico, and the United States will host the World Cup next June, with 48 countries from around the world competing. Isaac grew up watching the sport with family and fell in love since.
My parents and some of my uncles and stuff, they all play soccer and nights and all that. So I really got interested into the game, and I really like how there's physical activity included into all of this.
And even though Isaac will be watching for entertainment, he'll also use it as a learning experience.
I think the World Cup is just the best spot where to watch and to learn at the same time, looking at people who have actually got huge experience. Every single match would be an amazing opportunity to learn.
This junior team, more of a class where they get to play every single day, trying their best to be better every time.
For a lot of my kids, soccer is basically their life. They live and breathe it every single day, and they get to play it every single day here. They're trying to get scholarships, they're trying to go to university.
Canada hoping to win the World Cup on home soil, with games being played in Toronto and Vancouver. And for this team, they will be all in.
Since I'm from Egypt, of course, I'm supporting Egypt, even though I don't think that they'll make it too far. I think Canada have the chance to go through in the round of 16.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Canada will be in Group B with Switzerland, Qatar, and the winner of the Playoff A, the final Group B spot, will either be Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, or Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, every Friday we want to put the spotlight on 3 good things happening in our city. We begin with celebrating Christmas at Lansdowne. This is the 3rd weekend for the Ottawa Christmas Market. You can shop from local vendors, enjoy food and drinks, listen to music, and meet Santa. The Ottawa Christmas Market runs weekends until New Year's Day. Santa Claus continues to make the rounds, traveling through Ottawa ahead of Christmas. Tonight, the Osgood Village Parade of Lights is at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, the Richmond Christmas Parade, scheduled for 5:30 p.m., and the Stittsville Parade of Lights is at 6. Saturday is the final day to ride Santa's Holiday Train. The Canada Science and Technology Museum is hosting the Santa Holiday Train, supporting the CHEO Foundation. The event is free, and you are encouraged to arrive early for a ride. Santa's Holiday Train runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Well, do you have a story for us to include in our 3 Good Things segment? Something light, happy, a community event, or notable achievement to brighten up the day? Send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca. Well, an early blast of Arctic air is making for a cold start to the first weekend of December. Here's a look at Majors Hill Park. Definitely a cold one out there today. Doesn't seem too terribly busy. Not a lot of people taking a walk. The temperature dropped below -20 this morning for the first time this season. I think once is enough, although I don't know if Mother Nature would agree as we go back out to Perth, where Jackie is watching the weather for us tonight. Jackie.
Yeah, mild conditions compared to what we saw yesterday. I just want to put this out here, the drone just finishing up and wrapping up. The audience really loving this show that was put on. About 100 drones took to the skies here at Perth for the Festival of Lights, the annual tradition bringing hundreds of people out here. And we did talk about those mild conditions. Mild, I say that very loosely, considering the -25, -30 wind chill we had yesterday. Right now in Ottawa, about -10. We saw a daytime high about -6. When you factor in the wind chill, right now it's feeling more like -16. And yeah, it's hard to believe that our overnight lows are going to be warmer than what we saw this morning. -6 for the overnight, feeling more like -12 with a wind chill. Chance of some flurries just after midnight, and this will transition into heavier snow. We anticipate 2 to 4 centimeters, and this will be steadily throughout our Saturday. Daytime high of about 1 degree. And taking a look at the weather conditions moving through Saturday, while we will see the snow, it'll be clear for our Sunday, but the frigid cold air will be moving through as well. So we're not quite done with this deep freeze that's moving through eastern Ontario. Taking a closer look now at the lows for this evening. Temperatures hovering between -7 and -8, about -3 in Kingston, -5 along Brockville, and about -13 in Mont-Tremblant. Tomorrow's highs also hovering around the freezing mark, so that's the good news. It's going to be much milder and warmer tomorrow, the most ideal time to head outdoors and get the kids out and enjoy some holiday fun. 1 degree in Ottawa, Cornwall, Brockville, as well as Kingston, about 0 in Brockville, -1 in Maniwaki, and -2 -2 in Mont-Tremblant. Now, we can see that the Arctic chill has moved towards our friends in the Atlantic, about -11 in Fredericton, -20 in Goose Bay. We've got a bit of a break here in Ontario, so it's good, but much more manageable temperature-wise. -5 in Windsor, -5 in Sudbury. And then if you look to the west, yeah, we talked about that brisk weather. It's hanging out in the prairies, -16 in Saskatoon and -13 in Regina. And it will be making its way here to Ontario by the time we get to Sunday. Now, the 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center. Visit their website to nominate someone to win the gift of hearing. So while we will get a break for our Saturday, 1 degree, the daytime high, temperatures will significantly drop overnight, -16, where we will only see a daytime high of -9 on Sunday with a chance of flurries. Some sunshine moving through for Monday with a daytime high of -11. All right, you ready to make this holiday season truly unforgettable? Well, Charm Diamond Centers is here to help. As a proudly Canadian family-owned business for over 50 years, they've been creating countless cherished love stories, and we're making it even easier to give the gift of a lifetime. You have the chance to win a spectacular $2,500 Charm Diamond Centers gift card. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to visit ctvottawa.ca to enter. Wishing you the best of luck. All right, we are hanging out here at Perth for the Festival of Lights. The drone show has just finished up, but the party is not over yet. Many people moving into the Crystal Palace, where it is warm, heated, and beautifully decorated with several Christmas trees put on by the local community. We will be heading inside and talking to Perth Tourism for more on this.
That is a pretty good holiday day, Jackie. Starting it with Christmas cheer, ending it with a Festival of Lights. Enjoy. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Cousins now in the slot. Another shot. He scores! Dylan Cousins.
Well, coming up, a rough return home for the Senators at Canadian Tire Centre. We have a new pop quiz online tonight. Test your knowledge of the week's news. Take the quiz at ctvnewsottawa.ca.
Tonight, the path to World Cup glory revealed.
It is going to be the biggest deal ever.
Canada's opponents, plus the sideline chat between Mark Carney and Donald Trump. Later on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
Boyd encourages you this holiday season to make Christmas memories and drop off new unwrapped toys at all the Toy Mountain drop-off locations. Toy Mountain and Boyd Moving and Storage helping families this holiday season.
On tonight's big picture, the final supermoon of the year lit up the night sky. The December supermoon is known as the cold moon. The final supermoon was at its biggest and brightest last night and climbed higher than any other full moon of the year. Now, some other stories you need to know right now. CTV's Stefan Keys joining us with the Sens and how they were faring last night. Steph.
That's right, Patricia. The Ottawa Senators kicked off a 3-game homestand on a losing note.
Cousins now in the slot. Another shot. He scores! Dylan Cousins.
Dylan Cousins scored on a power play for the Sens as they hosted the New York Rangers last night at Canadian Tire Centre. But the Rangers went on to a 4-2 victory. Ottawa hosts the St. Louis Blues tomorrow night at the CTC. Game time is 7 p.m.
We're also thinking of Ottawa's head coach, Carla McLeod, as she begins her own fight. Carla, the entire PWHL community is behind you.
The Toronto Scepters and the PWHL expressed support for Ottawa Charge head coach Carla McLeod during last night's game in Toronto. The Scepters hosted a Stick It to Cancer night. Fans recognized the 43-year-old during the third period, just days after she announced she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. The Scepters beat the Charge 4-1. Residents have identified limiting truck traffic in the downtown core as the top potential benefit of a proposed East End interprovincial bridge. The National Capital Commission released a report summarizing the first round of public consultations. The NCC and the federal government are exploring building a new interprovincial bridge linking the Aviation Parkway to Gatineau's Monte-Paiement at Kettle Island. Ontario wines and Canadian whiskey were the drinks of choice for shoppers in Ottawa and Eastern Ontario this year as the Ontario government removed American alcohol from LCBO shelves. The LCBO releasing the top alcoholic beverage trends for Ontarians in 2025 in Ottawa and Eastern Ontario. Sales of Ontario Red VQA increased 25%, while sales of Ontario White VQA jumped 24%, and Canadian whiskey sales increased 8%. Streaming giant Netflix is getting bigger. The company is acquiring Warner Brothers studio and streaming business for nearly $72 billion. The acquisition gives Netflix access to a vast film catalog and the prestigious streaming service HBO Max. It is the largest consolidation deal in recent memory. It's not clear how approval of Netflix's bid would ultimately affect Canadian viewers, if at all. Warner Bros. Discovery licenses HBO content to Crave, which is owned by our parent company, Bell Media. Patricia, so hopefully nothing changes, or at least the prices stay the same, because we don't want to lose that content, all those good HBO shows.
No, for sure. Here's what we do know.
Yes.
A lot of people are going to be sitting on their couch in front of Netflix and everything else this
Watching
weekend.
the Christmas movies?
Watching the Christmas movies, staying warm, staying cozy. For sure, it's a good weekend for hibernation or to be out at one of the festivals. There's so many of them. And Jackie, of course, is at the Festival of Lights in Perth for us tonight. Jackie?
Yes, where we are staying warm and cozy, Patricia, because we are inside the Crystal Palace where it is heated. A lot of people enjoyed the drone show outside, and now they are enjoying the Christmas trees that are upon us. Joining me now, we have Kathy McNally. You are with the town of Perth. Just talk about the kickoff that is the Festival of Lights here. It's an annual tradition.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. It's the start of our holiday season, and honestly, you can kind of get the vibe for it here. We've got all the Christmas trees lit, which are all done by our local community. Like it's done by our stores and by our different businesses, which is amazing. And then we just had a 10-minute drone show, and it's where everybody just comes together, and it's the launch of our holiday season.
You touched on the trees here. There's about 31. The amount of work that goes into it really shows that community spirit. Can you just touch more on how that comes to be here, and that's going to be living here all month?
It is, and so people can come see it. Actually, they can walk around. We call it the Crystal Palace because you can see it's the glass on the exterior. So you can just actually walk around and see it. But then we also have it open tomorrow, for instance. There's Nick of Time. There's just this craft show that's happening, so people can come and check it out then, as well as next weekend when we do some Christmas concerts.
I also want to talk about, we can't make it tonight to the Festival of Lights. That's okay. Perth is having so many activities during the holiday season. What is happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the Santa Claus Parade. So it's a favorite. We have local volunteers, and they're the ones who put it together, and we have so many floats happening, and it's a favorite as well. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite here? Because you grew up here, I imagine, in Perth. Just a favorite memory for the holiday season, because just seeing the smiles here, hundreds of people coming out here. There's so many smiling faces of different ages.
I think, honestly, for me, it's the Santa Claus Parade. It's just that old school classic one that happens for year after year. And so that's my top.
Well, thank you so much, Kathy. And she does tell me that the parade is happening in the evening, so lots of time to make it down here to the town of Perth. Now, Patricia, we are going to take it back to you in studio. We're going to enjoy taking a closer look at all these wonderfully decorated trees put on by the residents of Perth.
Looks beautiful. Thank you, Jackie.
So we've officially entered flu season, and we are seeing very high levels of flu right now in our community.
Well, coming up, a reminder to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot as respiratory viruses begin to circulate along with the holiday cheer.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
The Bell Media building is all lit up this year thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Ottawa Public Health says we've officially entered flu season as cases and hospitalizations for flu are increasing. Officials are urging everyone to get vaccinated, especially with Christmas break and holiday gatherings happening. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
Frank Jess got the flu shot for one reason.
I don't want to get sick.
The Ottawa senior doing what he can to protect himself this flu season.
Well, I like to be protected against the flu. You don't want to get ill, you know.
A season that has now officially started.
We've officially entered flu season, And we are seeing very high levels of flu right now in our community.
Ottawa Public Health says this year's flu season is early.
We have seen the onset of flu season this year a little bit earlier than we have in past years, and we are maybe a few weeks or a month ahead of where we were last year.
Well, not unusual. Flu season can hit any time from November until January, according to Public Health. Hospitals are already busy.
We're just seeing a huge increase in respiratory cases, and a portion of those are influenza and needing to be admitted to the hospital.
With emergency visits at CHEO increasing.
Much higher, really starting probably 5 days ago over last weekend. Big increases in the volumes that we're seeing in emergency.
Health officials urging residents to get the flu shot and stay home if sick.
We do know from the projections that Ottawa Public Health are doing that this will probably peak somewhere in the next 2 or 3 weeks, which falls right at Christmas.
We have an increased demand this year comparing to the previous years.
At this South Ottawa pharmacy, patients receiving flu shots as early as October.
I think because the flu season rising early this year in Ontario, and people they want to get protected before the holiday season.
As for Jess, he's ready.
My doctor just offered it, and I said, yeah, why not, since I'm here.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Coming up, the Canadian economy receives a boost in November. A look at the business headlines to wrap up the work week just ahead.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
You can't stay cozy under the blankets all weekend. Time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
First on today's list is the Stittsville Parade of Lights. This is tomorrow evening along Main Street and, of course, features all your community favorites and their floats. Make sure you dress for the weather, bring the whole family, and even stick around after the parade for the lighting of Village Square Park. Plus, grab some hot chocolate and some snacks. Santa's also going to be there, so definitely all the more reason to check it out. Also happening tomorrow is the RCMP Cram the Cruiser event at the Walmart on Innes Road between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. This is another chance to help support CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain and CHEO. Move 100 will also be on site selling their ugly Christmas sweater ornaments, where once again 100% of proceeds are going to Toy Mountain. If you have the means to do so this year, stop by to donate a new unwrapped toy. The goal is to make sure that no child in Ottawa goes without a gift to open on Christmas morning. And last on the list today, it's the Mayor's 23rd annual Christmas celebration. This is tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. and it's your chance to join Mayor Mark Sutcliffe at Ottawa City Hall for treats, fun, activities, live entertainment, and you can't forget the tree lighting ceremony at 4:45. Admission is by donation to the Ottawa Food Bank. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. The full list and all the details are at ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name's Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
A blockbuster entertainment deal is shaking up Hollywood. BNN Bloomberg's Marella Fernandez has more on that.
The world's largest streaming company is buying one of North America's oldest entertainment studios for almost $83 billion U.S. If approved, Netflix would be a behemoth, picking up a deep trove of famous Hollywood movies and shows, from Casablanca and Gone with the Wind to the Harry Potter series and Superman. The deal with Warner Brothers Discovery will be scrutinized by U.S. regulators, and some say they may not approve of the agreement. Warner Brothers Discovery also owns a cable unit that runs CNN and TNT. It isn't part of the Netflix deal. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to $72.31. West Texas Intermediate crude is up to over $60. Western Canadian Select is up to $46.36. And the TSX lost 166 points to end the day at 31,311. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
Well, coming up, the return of Hudson's Bay. Well, at least those iconic stripes. Jackie.
Well, thanks, Patricia. We're hanging out here at the table. The Community Food Center has been taking donations in exchange for some cookies and hot chocolate. Stephanie, how has it been this evening?
It's been amazing. This is a series of the Season of Giving, and we're at the Festival of Lights in the Crystal Palace in Perth, and it was jam-packed with people. And we offered out 600 cookies we baked and hot chocolate. It's been enormously successful and so much fun.
Well, congratulations to all of you and all your hard work as well. There's still a couple of ginger molasses left here as well. And by the way, don't miss your chance to enter the Princess Margaret Lottery and win over 13,000 amazing prizes. You can win a $7 million grand prize, including the stunning Oakville show home, and $500,000 in cash. Other exciting prizes include luxury vehicles, worldwide vacations, and so much more. Every ticket gives you a chance to win life-changing prizes and helps fund life-saving cancer research at the Princess Margaret. All you have to do is buy online at princessmargaretlotto.com or call 1-866-631-1234. Now here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. A brisk evening down on Spark Street where the temperature is -11.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal.
The Donnelly team is thrilled to be part of Toy Mountain once again this year.
Please bring your new unwrapped toys to any one of the drop-off locations in the city, just like this one here at Donnelly Fort Lincoln.
Donnelly's and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Monday on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, we get some picks for your next great book club read with Mary Taggart. She joins us Monday morning. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Happy's Place, Stumble, Hell's Kitchen, and Boston Blue. And here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
When departments that are relatively younger, it's going to be harder for retirements to cover it, and so you're more likely to end up with actual layoffs.
Some federal departments have started notifying public servants of possible job cuts as the Canadian government looks to get rid of thousands of positions from the federal public service.
Hand warmers, layer it up and, stay warm. Go in there for a hot chocolate every once in a while.
It's a cold start to ski season in the National Capital Region, but the minus double-digit temperatures did not stop some from hitting the slopes at Camp Fortune. Several ski hills are opening for the season this weekend.
So we've officially entered flu season, and we are seeing very high levels of flu right now in our community.
Ottawa Public Health says flu season has officially started in the capital as very high levels of flu are now circulating in our community. Officials recommend getting the flu shot ahead of Christmas and holiday celebrations. Well, they are celebrating in Perth tonight as we go back out to Jackie at the Festival of Lights. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. We've kind of moved the party outdoors where there's not a bad sight in view here, as well as the wonderful residents. Mild conditions for tonight, and if you thought today was pretty warm compared to yesterday, it's going to get much warmer, especially overnight into tomorrow, -5 to start things off, but it's going to feel like -10 with a wind chill. We are anticipating snow moving through steadily throughout the day between 2 to 4 centimeters, and then things are going to dip Saturday overnight into Sunday, -16. We're only getting to a daytime high of -18 or -9 as well. So it's going to be very chilly. Patricia, that is it from us here today. I just want to showcase how beautiful Crystal Palace is here in the town of Perth. I just want to thank all the residents here and the city or the town as well for welcoming us here for this evening in the Festival of Lights. I would love for everyone to gather for a little group selfie to end our holiday evening. And Patricia and Stefan, you said it today. You guys did such a great job at the Christmas cheer breakfast. And we're going to cap it off with some wonderful festive cheer here in the town of Perth. Cheers and cheese!
That is a perfect spot.
Back to you guys.
for a selfie. Nice frame and all. Thanks, Jackie.
I was wondering why she wasn't wearing
Amazing.
gloves, but of course the cell phones don't necessarily work on those touch screens if you
Yeah,
are.
you just need the ones that just peel back and some of the fingertips. Yeah. You might have started your day with Steph. You can end it with him as well. He is on the desk tonight at 11:30. What is our team working on towards the late news stuff?
That's right. Well, Patricia, we are keeping fingers crossed for an Ottawa 67's win tonight. The team will be hitting the ice in just a few minutes with puck drop set for 7 p.m. This is footage from their last game, which took place on Sunday. That's when they took on the North Bay Battalion and won by doubling the amount of pucks getting into the net. The final score was 6-3 for Ottawa, and we hope they can do it again when they take on the Barrie Colts on home ice. So if you're going to Lansdowne for a late Friday night dinner or meetup, keep in mind it might be a little busier with the game happening. Join us for highlights tonight at 11:30.
Yeah, Christmas market, 613.
Yeah, that's right.
All of that is happening, yes. All right, well, finally for us here tonight, if you happen to be looking for a nostalgic Christmas present, you can visit Canadian Tire. The retailer launched its Hudson's Bay Stripes collection today. It's available for a limited time in stores. A lot of people will be loving that as we leave you with a little bit of Christmas and a toy mountain.
Keep building it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go find those stripes. Kind of
Right?
expensive for a blanket, but might be worth it.
Yeah. Pick one up for me, too. Thank you. Merry Christmas.